Have you ever had the feeling that there is a secret manual on how the universe works, and that, for some reason, no one has ever handed it to you? Well, don't worry, you're not alone in this. The truth is that while many struggle in the daily chaos, trying to understand why life seems like a rigged game, few know the 7 Hermetic laws. These laws, drawn from the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus, are not empty mysticism. They are ancient, powerful codes that silently govern every aspect of your existence. The most provocative? They have always been around you, influencing your choices, your results, your energy, even if you never realized it. Yes, it's counterintuitive, I know. It seems that the secret to the manifestation of your desires lies more in your inner vibration than in your outer circumstances. And want to know the best part? You don't need decades of study to start using this knowledge to your advantage. Today, here, now, I will show you how to apply each of these laws to transform your reality in a practical and immediate way. But I warn you right away, once you understand this, there is no way to disunderstand. Your view of the universe, of self-knowledge, and of your own power will change forever. Are you ready to open that door? So, let's explore together the pillars that support the balance of life and that, if applied correctly, will put you on the direct route to the manifestation of your biggest dreams. They say that to understand the mysteries of the universe, one must first listen to the voice of the ancients. At the heart of Hermeticism, the words of Hermes Trismegistus, the sage who united the riches of Egyptian philosophy with the depth of Greek reason, echo. It is not just distant legends, but a constant invitation to self-knowledge and the search for balance between body, mind and spirit. Texts such as the Corpus Hermeticum and the mystical Emerald Tablet are true maps to navigate the invisible energy that permeates all things. By immersing oneself in these writings, one begins to realize that the manifestation of one's own reality is intimately linked to the understanding of these 7 Hermetic laws. Hermes Trismegistus taught us that the universe is not a chaotic chance, but a living organism, pulsating in a constant rhythm, where cause and effect intertwine like a silent dance. The correspondence between the visible and invisible worlds reveals that we are mirrors of creation, that which dwells within us inevitably reflects on the scenario around us. When one realizes this, even the small choices of everyday life, such as what we think when we wake up or how we react to challenges, become conscious manifestations of this creative energy. Thus, each thought attunes to the vibration we wish to emit, transforming existence into a deliberate art of living. It is curious to see how to this day, thinkers and spiritual seekers continue to drink from these ancestral sources, as if Hermes Trismegistus still whispered secrets to the wind. The Renaissance, for example, forcefully revived Hermetic ideas, rekindling mentalism as the key to deciphering the enigma of existence. And it doesn't stop there. Hermeticism still inspires leaders, artists, and visionaries who understand that the balance between polarities, light and shadow, action and contemplation, is essential to walking wisely. After all, understanding the natural rhythms of life allows us to flow with the universe, rather than fighting its invisible tides. Life, my friend, begins in the mind. Hermes Trismegistus already said that the entire universe is a mental creation, and mind you, he wasn't kidding. When you understand that the reality around you is shaped by your thoughts, you start to see mentalism as a powerful tool of manifestation. Imagine someone who, every day, visualizes in detail the life they want to live. It's not just a fantasy, it's the first real step in shaping their existence. It's like pulling back the curtains to let the energy of the universe illuminate your wildest dreams. It works like this: thoughts are pure vibration. When you feed your mind with positive images, empowering beliefs, and elevated emotions, you are adjusting your frequency to align with what you want to attract. Want a practical example? Make a visualization board, that famous vision board, where you put images of your goals, new house, travel, vibrant health, and watch as your energy begins to change. This simple daily act, reinforced by self-knowledge and emotional balance, accelerates the manifestation of your desires, as the universe responds to mental clarity like a cosmic echo. Now, if by chance the thoughts are disordered, loaded with doubts or fear, creation also follows this flow. Therefore, practicing positive affirmations and keeping your mind focused on what you want is essential. Books such as The Power of the Subconscious, by Joseph Murphy, can help to understand how to reprogram mental patterns. Remember, the universe does not interpret what is good or bad, it only responds to the energy emitted. And that's exactly where the next principle comes in, showing how what exists up there echoes down here, as if Hermes himself were guiding us along the paths of cosmic correspondence. As it is above, it is below. This phrase, which seems to be an ancient enigma, holds one of the greatest secrets of Hermeticism. Hermes Trismegistus revealed that what happens in the macrocosm, in the immense universe, is directly reflected in the microcosm, our personal life, our thoughts, our emotions. If we look closely, even nature shows us this mirror. The cycles of the moon affect the tides, the seasons influence our mood, and our own energies impact what we attract. When we understand this, we begin to live with more balance, recognizing that we are an active part of this universal dance. In practice, it works like this: if you want to transform your external reality, you must first adjust your internal world. Want peace around? Cultivate peace within yourself. Do you want prosperity? Be thankful even for the small daily achievements and feel the vibration of abundance. Simple exercises such as daily meditation on the energy of the universe, or even writing a gratitude journal, create a powerful vibrational field. By aligning mind and spirit with natural laws, you become an open channel for the fluid manifestation of your desires, as if each thought were a seed planted in the fertile soil of the cosmos. Interestingly, great sages and even modern scientists reinforce this correspondence. Think about quantum physics. It shows us how the observer influences the observed. When you understand that you are connected to everything by invisible threads of energy, the responsibility for your destiny becomes liberating. We are not victims of chance, but co-creators of history itself. And speaking of energy, let's explore now how everything in the universe vibrates incessantly, because nothing is still, not even your quietest thoughts. Stop for a moment and feel it. Even silence vibrates. Hermes Trismegistus, with his timeless wisdom, taught that everything in the universe is in constant motion, even that which seems static. Thoughts, emotions, objects, absolutely everything carries a vibrational frequency. And here is the turning point: by consciously choosing the vibrations he emits, the person becomes. If you cultivate joy, gratitude, and love, for example, these energies echo back, like a cosmic boomerang. The universe loves a good flow of high energy. Now, let's talk about practice. Did you feel that your vibration dropped? Try listening to music that elevates you. High-frequency sounds, like 432 Hz, are amazing for this. Walking in nature, meditating at dawn, or simply laughing heartily are actions that adjust your vibration on the fly. Even the words we choose carry energy. Saying, I can, or I thank you, has a profound impact on your personal frequency. The vibration you emit becomes the magnet that attracts equivalent experiences, bringing more balance and manifestation aligned with what you really want to live. And you know what's more fascinating? Your vibration not only shapes your own reality, but it also influences those around you. It is as if we were small walking transmission stations, emitting signals for the universe to pick up. When you raise your energy, you inspire others to do the same, creating a collective field of high vibration. This field facilitates the understanding of the next Hermetic laws, such as polarity, where we realize that the extremes are just variations of the same vibration. But calm down, let's get there and understand this fascinating game of duality. On the great stage of the universe, Hermes Trismegistus shows us that everything exists at opposite but complementary poles. Light and shadow, hot and cold, love and fear, they are just extremes of the same vibrational essence. Hermeticism teaches that to understand polarity is to embrace the totality of life. When someone faces a challenge, for example, it's just a point on the scale that also contains their solution. By realizing that difficulties are only one side of the coin, we can change our perspective and move to the opposite pole, where balance and growth reside. Want a practical example? Imagine a day when everything seems to go wrong. Instead of sinking into the low tide of negativity, deliberately choose to see the hidden opportunities. Practice mental transmutation, transform fear into courage, doubt into clarity. Tools like therapeutic writing or even mindful breathing techniques help you change your emotional polarity almost instantly. Remember, deep down, they are just different frequencies of the same universal energy. You are not tied to a pole, you are free to slide down this scale whenever you wish. And there is more. Recognizing polarity also helps to understand that good and evil, success and failure, are not fixed destinations, but points of passage. By embracing both sides wisely, we cultivate a deep sense of self-knowledge and inner balance. Thus, we stop fighting against the ups and downs of life and start navigating more fluidly. And speaking of navigating, how about understanding now how the universe itself follows a natural rhythm, like a symphony in motion? If there's one thing Hermes Trismegistus wisely reminds us of, it's that everything in life moves in cycles. The energy of the universe pulsates like the tides that rise and fall, like the day that inevitably gives way to the night. Understanding rhythm is like learning to dance with life, instead of resisting its steps. When a person recognizes these natural flows, they begin to accept that it will not always be summer on their journey, but that each winter carries the promise of a new spring. This is the secret of balance, realizing that even moments of pause are fertile for self-knowledge and renewal. In practice, this means not despairing in periods of low energy or slow results. For example, if you have a business and notice a phase of declining sales, instead of getting discouraged, take the opportunity to review strategies, study new trends, or even seek inspiration from airtight sources. Read the Emerald Tablet, meditate on the rhythms of your personal and professional life. Thus, you turn the apparent low into a stepping stone to the next high. The rhythm of life is not an enemy, it is a patient master who teaches us the art of perseverance. It is even more interesting to see how this principle connects with the other Hermetic laws. Rhythm is actually a dance with polarity and vibration. Ups and downs are nothing more than natural energy oscillations. And when you start to navigate these waves with awareness, you create an almost magical synergy with the universe. Now, get ready, because we are going to dive into the law of cause and effect, where our every action, no matter how small, reverberates and shapes our destiny. Nothing, absolutely nothing, happens by chance in the universe. Hermes Trismegistus made this very clear when he taught us about the law of cause and effect. Every choice we make, even that seemingly insignificant decision, like giving thanks or complaining in the morning, sets off a chain reaction that shapes our reality. It's like planting seeds, those of positive energy bloom in abundance, while those of negativity drain our vibration. When we understand this, we become gardeners aware of our destiny, cultivating, with intention, what we want to harvest. Want a direct example? Let's say you want financial prosperity. It is not enough to just think about it, although mentalism helps, it is necessary to act in harmony with this desire. Studying about ethical investments, practicing daily gratitude for the money you already have, and even helping someone in financial difficulty are causes that generate very real effects. This is the power of manifestation aligned with the 7 Hermetic laws. Each action carries a specific energy that inevitably returns. When you act with purpose, you build a bridge between the invisible and the tangible. And there is a powerful detail: understanding the law of cause and effect profoundly increases self-knowledge. You start to see the patterns of your life clearly, realizing how old habits have generated current situations, and, best of all, how you can change them to create new realities. This awakening to personal responsibility is liberating, because it gives you back the reins of your own life. And since we're talking about conscious creation, get ready. The next principle goes beyond action and touches on the essence of the balance between the creative and receptive energies that exist within each of us. Hermes Trismegistus gives us here one of the most precious keys to Hermeticism. Within everything, there is the principle of gender, which goes far beyond what we usually think of as masculine and feminine. This law speaks of complementary energies, the creative impulse and nourishing receptivity that cohabit in every being and in every manifestation of the universe. In other words, we all carry, simultaneously, the strength of action and the wisdom of contemplation. Recognizing and harmonizing these inner energies brings us to a state of deep balance, where creations flow naturally and with multiplied power. In practice, applying the gender law means knowing when to move forward with determination and when to step back to nurture your ideas in silence. For example, if you have an important project, start by activating your masculine energy, planning, action, execution. But don't forget to connect to the feminine energy as well, dedicating moments to reflect, intuit, and take care of emotional and creative details. Guided meditations for energy balance, such as those exploring the sun and moon archetypes, help align these forces. It is this balance that ensures that your manifestation not only happens, but happens fully and harmoniously. And the most beautiful thing of all is that, by understanding this dance between the masculine and the feminine within yourself, you start to see the same balance in the world around you. Partnerships become richer, projects more creative, and life itself acquires a natural rhythm that resonates with the vibrations of the universe. Thus, as Hermes Trismegistus taught, we are co-authors of our existence, shaping realities through the harmony of our energies. And if you thought we stopped here, just wait until we see how all these Hermetic laws, together, promise to transform your life in a way you may never have imagined. Now that you know the 7 Hermetic laws, tell me, what are you going to do with this power in your hands? Are you going to leave these universal keys gathering dust on the shelf of your mind, or are you going to use each one to unlock the doors of manifestation and balance in your life? The choice, as Hermes Trismegistus always taught, is yours, and so are the consequences. Reflect. What would happen if, starting today, you decided to align your thoughts, your energy, and your actions with the natural flow of the universe? Remember, the universe is listening. Your vibration has already begun to change just by the simple fact of having absorbed this ancestral knowledge. So, how about taking the next step? How about assuming the role of conscious co-creator of your own reality and experiencing the power of these laws in practice? By the way, I really want to know, which of these laws moved you the most? Leave it here in the comments. I want to hear your experiences and reflections, because together, we will create an even stronger vibrational field. And of course, if you want to continue diving into this universe of self-knowledge and expansion, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications. This way, you ensure that you don't miss any content that will help you keep your energy up there and your life more and more aligned with the manifestation of your dreams. Let's go together, because this is just the beginning.